Hello everybody. Sorry that I haven't been uploading so many videos, and I've been very busy. The summer, I went a week without internet, and so I created a redstone world where you can see all my beautiful redstone creations trying to work out there. And I thought I'd show you one of my favorites that I've made so far. And I'm new to the whole redstone invention scene, so forgive me if it seems. So basically, you have your secret switch that leads to your secret stairway, that leads to your secret hallway, that has these epic, beautiful, rotating walls made of any material you want, except for like bedrock and obsidian. And it leads to your secret treasure room. But how do we get rotating hallways? Now, for a novice redstone experimenter, this is going to seem a little difficult, but I'm going to try my best to make it explanatory or make it simple for you. So I'm just going to start off by building it from scratch. So first of all, what you're going to do is you are going to make this sexy doorway of whatever you want, 2 blocks off the ground of where you're going to try to build it. And then you're going to punch out this corner, and that corner, and voila. And we're going to start with the bottom because that's probably the easier one. So it's just easier to build up, especially if you try to do this in survival. So, and I'm going to use iron for the circuit housing and stuff. So you can see gold will be the doorway, so you don't get that confused. So basically, you're going to start by putting 2 redstone wire that will hit this block that will make this piston extend. And then you're going to want a redstone repeater here, just so this picks up the circuit that goes through here, because if I do this, it'll activate, and if I do that, it will not. So that is why we need a repeater here. Then we have 1 more redstone. And this is when it starts to get tricky. This is when we use torch inverters, because I like to make it efficient so that it doesn't go into this dimension at all. It only stays in this Y direction, so that it is perfectly 2D. And yeah, so we're going to start by doing this, like this little L shape here over top of our redstone torch. Then we're going to put a torch here, which you'll notice immediately turns off because it's receiving the signal from this torch, inverting the circuits, and we're going to have a wire here, and we're going to place a torch here. Then we're going to put another layer up here like this, and 1 over here, and 1 there, just like that, and we're going to block there. That's the next layer. Now we're going to want this to pick up that circuit from this torch here. And then we're going to have it go into this block here. And we're going to have another inverted torch here. And we're going to have a piston there. And there you go. We're halfway done. It's not so hard. Don't ask me how I came up with this. I spent this probably took me 5 hours to do this. Okay, so we're going to put a block above this inverted torch, and it's going to have a redstone thing on there. And then we're going to have a torch up here. And we're going to do this. And this torch is going to activate this circuit. And yes, we'll have another inverted current here. Like, if you ever build this, show it to your friends and say that you made it all by yourself, and they'll be like, what the fuck? They'll be like, just try explaining to them how it works. They'll have no idea. And then that's the next step. Okay, so so right from here, we got a block, redstone. Then we go up and over 1 with a torch. Activates more redstone. That activates this block, inverting this torch, which turns off this circuit, which allows this torch to be on. Now, we're going to come down the other side, because we got to activate another piston over here. So, of course, the piston is not there yet. Okay, there we go. These are not sticky pistons, by the way. Sticky pistons just won't work, because it has to be able to let go of the block after it pushes it, obviously, so that we have some rotary motion. So, this torch, when this torch turns on, it'll activate this. When this torch turns on, it'll activate this. When this circuit turns on, it'll activate this. And the inversions just help it stay in the 2D plane. So that's the basics of it without going into crazy detail. So we're gonna put a block here. It's gonna be like 2 blocks down below this red torch here, and we're gonna put some redstone wire there, which will be activated, and that will invert this torch. Then we're gonna go down 2 more blocks, 1, 2, and then we're gonna put another redstone wire that will invert this torch. Then we are gonna go down another 2 blocks. That will activate this redstone wire here. And finally, I don't even think that needs to be here. We'll just put 1 block here, invert that torch. And then finally, we're going to have some blocks here. And that torch will activate this when that turns on. And that is going to go here as well. And then we're going to, I think we're going to go one more. Was it 1 more or is it 2? Where's the piston? Piston's got to be there. Yeah, so then we're going to do this, like so. So this circuit will charge this block, and this block will charge this piston that is sitting there. And to continue, so basically, if I send a redstone signal through, why is that not working? There we go. So if I send a redstone signal through, you will see all the pistons extend properly, sort of. Just like that. So instead of having to activate it each turn, the simple way to connect it is to have this block restart the circuit. Now, since this block will be charged, it will charge anything adjacent to it as long as it's not redstone wire, including a repeater for the same thing that I explained why this one is here. So if we put this repeater here, start the circuit pretty much by putting a torch there, and then that should start it. So you have a rotating hallway. Now, a problem that I often have with rotating hallways is that eventually, I don't know why, you travel at a render distance, log in, log out, or just waiting too long, the circuit will just stop working, like it'll lose the current somehow. And I'm not sure if this is a glitch with the redstone or just something that's wrong with the circuit. But so let's just pretend that it stops working. And we don't know what to do. So best way to reintroduce a current to the circuit would be to do this, and we're going to add a redstone clock to our little circuit here. So basically, it's a more reliable thing. It's the same thing that our circuit does. It just circles the current through and through and through and through clockwise. Except it doesn't turn off because it's actually reliable. So we're just going to build something simple like this. And we introduce a redstone current into it. And it will just keep going and going and going and going and going. And then I'm going to build a little ignition system over here, if you will. And put a sticky piston here so that this block will retract after I'm done pushing the square. So if we were to just push a button, put a button on this circuit, the redstone pulse would be too long, so it wouldn't cycle properly, and then the whole thing would just stay activated. So we want a shorter redstone pulse than what a button can give us, so that's why we have to use a clock. You could use a switch if you just flicked it on and off really quick, but basically we'll put it here. Then we'll get rid of the rain because I don't like rain. Makes everything look gloomy and gross. And doesn't look like it's gonna. Oh, there it goes. So basically what's going to happen is this piston's going to extend, this block's going to move here, the redstone current is going to go through the block, charge the repeater, which will send like a 1 tick pulse to the entire circuit, which should fix the problem. Not a 1 tick pulse. Change this to a 2 and change all these to 2s. Or 3s, I guess. 3 tick pulse. And that should work. Because a repeater by itself, that's a 1 tick delay. That's a 2 tick delay. That's a 3 tick delay. And that's a 4 tick delay. So these are each set to 2 tick delays, which is only 1 right click. This one is also set to 1 right click. And that way, all you need to do is hit this ignition button once, and it should start the whole circuit again if your tunnel should ever stop rotating. And if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to go grab a glass of your favorite beverage and visit your local grocery store for some more. Next week, I will make a giant TNT cannon